Nutrition tips for injured athletes. Let's cover this one in this question answer video. I'm going to give you 5 nutrition tips if you are an injured athlete or you're dealing with one, so that you can take better action. The first one has to be increasing your protein intake. Protein is essential to minimize muscle loss when you're injured and immobilized, because you will somehow experience a reduction in muscle size and muscle strength. Furthermore, the healing process requires old protein to be broken down so that new protein can be synthesized. Now, adequate protein intake is required to regenerate and repair the injured area. So a ballpark figure or a range could be 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Maybe sometimes in different age groups or type of injury you have, you probably might even have to bump it up somewhere around 2 grams to 2.4 grams. Second one, carbohydrates. Now, intake of carbohydrate really depends, as we have mentioned in our previous video. If you haven't checked it out, look it up over here and comment guide in the section below so that you can get your free macronutrient guide, so it can better help you understand the amount of macros you require. Now, requirements depend on the intensity, duration and frequency of your training. Now, if you're unable to train at all, carbohydrates intake should be reduced to a level so that you can avoid overeating and putting on fat or weight. So it has to be reduced comparative to your energy requirements. Now, one really good thing you should keep in mind is consume carbohydrates that are low in glycemic index, so that it can maintain satiety in your body, so that you don't feel hungry and you don't consume more. So it keeps you fuller for a longer period of time. So make sure, first see how much has it reduced. Let's say if you have a wrist injury or a fracture of the arm, but you're still able to go to the gym and do lower body training, you'll still require carbohydrates. And let's say you're absolutely immobilized, that where your leg is broken and you're using crutches, you don't realize even then you're consuming a lot more calories. So just because you're injured and you're not working enough, first figure out where you lie on the spectrum. How many calories are you burning? How much food or calories or energy do you require? And then change your carbohydrate intake according to that, and choose better options, because obviously there's a likelihood you might not be training as much as you would be before, but you're still moving around. Third one is fats. So let's talk about just one aspect that I recommend you should be taking is omega-3s. They are beneficial during injury and disuse of muscles because of their anti-inflammatory properties. Now, benefits of consuming omega-3s during the injury period is the increase of muscle sensitivity to ingested amino acids. Now, overall your fat consumption should still be there. Again, choose better options. Make sure that you can change around the percentage that you've been taking, considering how much energy output you have. But omega-3 should be a part of your diet when you're injured, because it's going to help you recover better and probably quicker. The fourth point, micronutrients. Now, there are 2 primary macronutrients that I would like to reflect upon over here. The first one is vitamin C. Now, vitamin C helps in synthesizing new collagen. And then vitamin D. Vitamin D plays a very important role in bone formation and muscle repair. Vitamin D insufficiency may present an issue and compromise the healing process. So make sure, if you're living in places where you don't have access to sunlight 24/7, not even 24/7, but for a major chunk of the year, then it is recommended that you get a vitamin D supplementation in. Consult with your physician, obviously, get a blood report done so you can make a better strategy out of it. The fifth one is supplements. Now, what are the 2 supplements I would suggest an injured athlete takes? Number 1 has to be creatine monohydrate. Now, creatine is also commonly used to counter muscle loss during periods of injury. Now, during the initial phases of injury, take creatine, because it will potentially reduce the loss of muscle mass and saturate muscle creatine stores in the body, so that you can prepare for the rehabilitation process. So you can look at it in 2 ways. Either if you're still on creatine, do not stop when you are in a period of injury, because it will help you maintain that, because you can't get that much creatine from food. Also for muscle repair and growth it is important, and also when you're going into the rehabilitation phase you have to be a lot more explosive or try to push harder, and creatine is going to help you get to that level. The second one has to be collagen, that too hydrolyzed collagen. Now for athletes returning from ligament or soft tissue injuries, the use of hydrolyzed collagen can be great. Now collagen forms the structure of bones, ligaments and tendons. Now adding more collagen to these tissues will ultimately make them stronger and more injury resistant in the future. So these are my 5 nutrition tips that I've kept really short and simple for you to understand that you should be considering if you're an injured athlete or dealing with one. Keep looking out for this space, because every week we're going to come out with a question answer video. And if you've missed the video where we talk about how you can increase your vertical jump, don't forget to check this out.